yeah, so I just got, I've been working on this idea for a while, but it's like, I think the final part just clicked. I was wondering what to do, the heat exchange and whatever. And so here's the thing. So what you do is you take your car. Okay, it could be a gas or diesel car. I'm pretty sure it'll work with both of them. Take your car, and you're gonna do a bypass loop for your radiator. Okay, and then so your engine's gonna get up to temperature, and then it's gonna go, uh, or let's say temperature minus 5 degrees or something, right? Temperature minus 5 degrees. So you just change the thermostat out or whatever. Anyway, you bypass the radiator, temperature minus 5 degrees, 10 degrees, whatever. Then it's going to go into your heat exchange circuit. Now, well, what you got going on is we're gonna back off and go over to the exhaust. On your exhaust, probably for non-turboed, you're gonna just take it straight off the headers, right? You're gonna have a manifold made or whatever. Maybe you just go stock. I don't know. You're gonna heat wrap that shit, and then you're gonna run that to a dual heat exchanger. You're gonna run a high temperature heat exchanger. It's gonna bring. You're gonna have a coolant in there that's gonna be brought up to the temperature that's like, I don't know, maybe like 10 degrees less than vapor point of whatever your fuel is, right? So like gasoline, and you want to heat that shit up to right before it's gonna like blow up. Really, you jam pack it with as much heat as you can right before it goes into your fuel rail, right? So it's normal system, bypass your fuel, so it goes through this. Maybe you have to add an extra booster pump, an electrical pump. You might have to upgrade your alternator, right? Raise your idle, uh, or open your idle air control. Anyway, so then you have your heat exchanger, double heat exchanger. You get the inside core is going to be your fuel. There's a higher temperature than water. Your water is going to be your second fuel. The water also, and so you're going to have your first layer, which is going to be the higher temperature next to the exhaust. And you're going to have the exhaust going to the heat exchanger. You're going to 3D print a metal heat exchanger with so it's all like fucking honeycomb, like weaving in and out and shit like that. You're going to do that, and then just chop off the pipe, replace it with one of them, kind of like a catalytic converter or whatever, right? So it's going to be a small unit, blam, just like replacing a cat or chopping a cat. Yeah, replacing a cat, blam, chop, chop, or flange, flange, and you get your heat exchanger in there. That's going to preheat your water and your fuel, right? Right before it goes into the engine. It's going to make combustion more efficient. You're going to have to tune your ECU because the water is going to make it so that you can run it leaner, right? So in low power conditions, you're going to be able to go lean, 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 like really, really, really lean. And then even in higher power conditions, you're not going to have to richen it in order to cool it so you don't burn valves and shit. Uh, you'll be able to just moderate that with how much heat you're putting into your water system. Now the water system, here's the clicky clack, is that the water system, dude, you put alcohol into the water system. It could be methanol, ethanol, whatever. Put that into the water system in your main tank, right, and it goes through all your lines, right, until it gets to the second heat exchanger. So you're gonna have one heat exchanger that's gonna bring it to, so maybe it's a triplicate heat exchanger on the exhaust because you have one heat exchanger that brings it to just above the boiling point of the alcohol, and you're going to distill that off. Uh, you have the alcohol in there for antifreeze, right? Distill that off, and it's going to go into this container, and then you're gonna use the heat to bring the water up to boiling point. And you're gonna do the math and see what kind of pressure boiling point. Anyway, you bring it up to this certain temperature range. Uh, so that it is just pumping super super hot humid air into the intake. Okay, then you're gonna do your fuel, which is gonna be preheated. Blam, you're gonna be able to lean it out. Now this is the easy because I got a more advanced idea, but this is the easy, basic like turnkey. Fucking just do this over a weekend or something like that at a mechanic shop. Um, and so you get a heat exchanger there, da 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 da, and then when it You're going to evaporate off your alcohol. You're going to lose some, but you're going to evaporate off almost all of it, and then recondense it. And then next time you fill up your whatchamacallit, you're going to have a sensor probably to sense the alcohol content of the mixture, just to make sure that none of the pipes burst and shit. Now you're going to run a low pressure system, okay, right off the bat, because you can overbuild a low pressure system and the liability is not going to be there, right? So, because low pressure, low liability, right? You're gonna have to R&D that shit for higher pressure systems, and they're being more efficient. But run the low pressure system first, and then all you need is an extra coolant pump, right? Electric coolant pump, and you're gonna need electric something or other to run your heat exchangers. You're gonna run as many heat exchangers as you can to handle them BTUs. Damn, you're gonna run as many heat exchangers as you can to scavenge as many BTUs as you can to preheat your shit, and then you're gonna have extra. And that's where the high pressure system comes in. But for the low pressure, you're at least gonna be able to increase your MPG like quite a bit. I mean, we're talking maybe like 10% or something at least. And engine longevity, and it's gonna keep it cleaner and shit because it's constantly being steam cleaned. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, that's the epiphany on that idea. I've been working on that for a while. So just alcohol, distill that shit out, and then keep it to remix it. Another option, low tech, you just mix it and then run the whole thing and run the alcohol vapor too. If that probably is going to be doable, you'd have to pay attention to your ratios and stuff, but that's totally doable. Uh, the idea here is to use the heat just to get more efficiency points. But anyway, yeah, that's about that.